Hey, and good morning. It's Steve Cowan here, and it's Monday morning. And today I want to talk to you about the most important lesson that I've ever learned, and I want to share with you, and I want to give you the answer to it. And the subject is, who are you? What is your goal? What is your passion? What are your dreams? Now, have you given up on you? Have you given up on your dreams? Have you given up on your passion, your goals to be that person that you originally wanted to be? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you my trick, if you like, my secret as to how I constantly push myself on a daily basis. If I'm feeling down, if I haven't achieved what I wanted to achieve, if I get stuck, if I'm feeling low, if people are telling me I can't do it, if I'm afraid that I might do it, what I need to do, what I do on a daily basis. If that happens, I'm going to share that with you. You see, when I work with my clients here at Icon Jiu-Jitsu team, the majority of the people that come in lack confidence because they know that they're not who they are. They're no longer the person that they wanted to be. When you're younger, you have all these dreams and ambitions, and you're going to be this, you're going to be that. And then we grow up, and then we get a job, and we get married, or we get a partner, and then we get debts, and we get a house, and we get people vampires that drain our time. So what I want to help you today is I want to share with you what I do. You see, one of the biggest mistakes I see people doing is just drifting along in life, hoping that one day things will change. They say, one day it'll be different. You watch Only Fools and Horses. This time next year we'll be millionaires, but we don't do anything different. This time next year I'm going to be living my life of passion, but I'm not going to do anything different. So the biggest mistake I see is not making a change for yourself, not changing to do the things that you want to do. Don't be afraid. Okay, so I'm going to share that with you in the next few minutes. But if you're watching me live right now, see a couple of people popping up, then hey, just put #live. Let me know you're here. Let me know my message is getting across, and let me know you're interested. If you're watching the replay for me, please put #replay so I can follow up with all you guys that watched it on a later time. But please try and watch to the end. So I want to share my little story with you about how I got to where I got. And it's simply this, is when I was a kid, when I was young, 5, so I was a skinny little kid. I never used to eat properly. And I was picked on a little bit, and, forced to do certain things I don't want to do. People telling me you got to do this, you got to do that. And I didn't like it. So I know my parents put me into judo when I was like 5 or 6 years old. And, as a way to sort of help me build up my strength and confidence. But it's just doing a martial art doesn't do that. You need more. You need a mental way of learning that's going to increase your self-defense, your confidence. So I went through life. Middle school, I remember, was a pain in the butt. It was hard for me. Many people don't know this about me, that I'm dyslexic. I find it very hard to, for example, if you jumbled up 10 numbers and put them in a row, it'll be very hard to say what numbers they are. If I read from one paragraph, the line to the next, it just jumps on top of each other and it's very hard to follow. Numbers, reading, spelling is terrible for me. Fortunately, today we have computers which do all that for us, so that's not a problem. So at school, I had a hard time. Back then, if you're dyslexic, people didn't know what that was. They just called you stupid. Okay, but I was very creative. You see, when I was younger, I was into films, and even from a very early age. I remember having a little cine camera which I used to make stop motion movies on. I used to make martial art movies on it, believe it or not, way back when I was like 9 and 10, man, just filming stuff and playing around, because it was something I enjoyed doing. It's a passion of mine. You see, I enjoyed martial arts, but what I didn't enjoy was being different, because the way I was different. And people see that straight away, and they pick up on that. And because you're different, they try and isolate you and say you're stupid or pick on you. which I had throughout my entire school time. I mean, I left school when I was 15 years old. I didn't sit a single exam. I was told I'd never be anything. You see, so when I was like, back when I was like, I think it was like 9 or 10, I watched my first ever martial arts movie called Way of the Dragon with Bruce Lee. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's awesome. And you see, I really identified with that because Bruce Lee was in the movie. I know he's an actor, but in the movie he was different. And he was different. People laughed at him and said it was goofy and everything like that. But then when he did his martial arts, he was a master. And everyone was like, oh my God, he's amazing. And no one picked on him because he's Bruce Lee. So yeah, that really resonated with me, that movie, and made me think, I want to be like that. I want to be the confidence of that guy, Bruce Lee, on the screen. I want to be like that. Okay. And from that day forward, I've always been a great admirer of the actor Bruce Lee and his martial arts. Of course, I watched many others. Jackie Chan is one of my favorites of all time, but let's not go there. But that's sort of made a turning point in my life. And even at 10 years old, I remember saying, one day I'm going to be as good as him, and I'm going to own my own school, and I'm going to help people that are different, help people that want to make a difference in their life, that maybe they feel like isolated, they feel picked on, they feel pushed to one side because they're different. They want to be something different. They have a passion, they have a goal that they can't get out. And, I did it. So it was all that time ago. And today I run my own martial arts school. And today I'm still doing martial arts. I love martial arts. And, I help people that come in, like I said earlier, the people that come in and they haven't reached their targets. It doesn't have to be martial arts, Maybe they use martial arts as a way to reach their goals. But how do they get to that? I mean, what's that? So the thing I want to share with you is how do you reach that point where you are feeling down, when you don't believe that you can do it, when no one believes in you, when you don't believe in yourself? What can you do? For me, I always look back. I look back in time at that person, the younger me, who said to themselves, one day I'm going to do that. And I always look at it like, hey, I don't want to let that person down. So maybe sometimes they'll get up and think, oh, I can't. I did a recent trip to Florida, and it got to the point I was like, oh, can I do this? It's a long way. I'm feeling like I can't do it. And I just think, I've got to do it. I've got to do it for the person that I was and who I am today. Because if I didn't make the decisions I did, I wouldn't be the person I am today. You see, I achieved my goals already. I have other goals, but the main goals of being a kid. Hey, James, happy Monday. So, yeah, let me know if you're here, if you're watching, just shoot up, hey, #live, #replay if you're watching the replay. A couple of people joining me right now. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram at the same time. So, hey, if you're watching me on either of those, let me know you're here so I can connect with you at a later point. And it's what we're on is, how do we, when we're feeling down, what do we do to pick ourselves up? We know we got goals. We want to achieve them. We've had goals since we were kids. Like my story, I had goals all the time, and, I've achieved them goals. I have other goals I want to achieve, but I've achieved them. Do you have goals? What are your goals? Have you achieved them? If you haven't, sometimes it gets hard. Sometimes you feel like you can't do it. Yes, it happens to everybody. Sometimes you feel, I can't make it. It's too hard. Well, you just look back. I always look back at the person I was and say, I can't let that person down. So that's my story, and that's what I do. And I hope that was helpful to you. If you've got a goal, if you've had a target, a goal, a dream, a passion that you haven't been able to achieve, for what? For fear, for people telling you can't do it. Remember, I left school at 15 years old with nothing. I didn't sit a single exam. All my teachers told me, you'll never be anybody. And I just looked at them. I said, yes, I will. I will be somebody. And I feel, I'm not like a TV star or a multimillionaire, but that's not what my goal was. My goal was to have my own gym or school of martial arts and help others where I was to get to where I am. Not necessarily martial arts, but with their passion, with their goal, and use martial arts as a tool to help them believe in themselves and gain confidence. So I hope that's helpful. If it was helpful, if you want to connect with me, then, just message me. Let me know that you want to work with us. We're nearly halfway through more of March. I had 5. I think I've got a couple left. I've got two spaces where I'm going to hook up with you guys. If you're interested, you've never done anything before, you're nervous, you're scared, you want to get into something, you want to be somebody again. I have 2 spaces available where you can come in, sit down and meet up with me, have a chat. I don't do one-to-ones anymore. I get my team to do that for me. But I'm doing one-to-one where we can meet up and chat. If you want to get involved in something, if you want to make a commitment to yourself, commit to the person you were in the past. If you still got them passions, it's still in your head and only you can achieve them, and you think it's only me that can do it, then hook me up. Yeah, let's meet up, let's get together, and let's work on those dreams, on those goals. I'm going to put a link above. I'm going to leave this little quote from a really famous guy, James. I'm going to say James Brown is good. Les Brown. Okay, with Les Brown, and he had this little saying, and throughout your life, you have these dreams, these passions, these goals, these projects that you want to do. You want to be somebody. As a kid, you wanted to do this, you wanted to do that. But you know what the richest place in the world is? Where it is the graveyard. There you'll find so many dreams, so many projects, so many goals never achieved. And all of those goals, projects, dreams and passions standing around you saying, we came to you to give us life. Only you could have given us life, but you failed us. Now we will never be born. And how powerful is that? Now keep that in your mind. If you have something that you haven't done, you haven't achieved it, what's going to happen when you're gone? You're going to fail that goal. You're going to fail that person. So don't fail. Get on board today. If you want to get connected with me, if you need some motivation, something to help you at all, your passion, your goal doesn't have to be mine. It doesn't have to be one day I want to be a martial arts master. But a lot of people use martial arts to help them achieve their goals, their confidence. So hook up with me, Steve Cowan, link above, and happy Monday.